Hi, I'm Shauna. This is Shauna's World. Welcome back to my channel where I focus on living well physically, mentally and spiritually. Today I'm just going to take you for a bit of a walk and a chat. I'm walking along the river. There's quite a lot of people around, so I'm going to try not to get self-conscious about speaking to the camera. And yeah, I just wanted to have a bit of a heart-to-heart because I have made a big kind of life decision. And I put a video up, it might be yesterday or the last couple of days, but by the time you see this, I'm not sure when you'll see it. But I put up a Q&A and I was talking a lot about bodybuilding in it, and I had already at the point of uploading it, not when I recorded it, but at the point of uploading it, knew that I have now quit bodybuilding and I'm not going to do my show. And it was a really tough decision, but I know it was the right decision, and I just wanted to kind of share my rationale with it because yeah, I was putting so much into the training and it was really important to me, but yeah, I just had a bit of a revelation that it wasn't the right thing for me to be doing. So the decision came about kind of completely unexpectedly to me. It wasn't something, I hadn't been thinking of quitting, I had no intention to drop out, but it was on summer solstice and I was spending the day just enjoying solstice activities and kind of reflecting a lot. It was a lot of running, a lot of world swimming, a lot of outdoor stuff, but also a lot of reflecting. And I realized how much I was denying my true self in pursuing bodybuilding and going against, you know, not listening to my nervous system, not listening to what my body needed, not resting when I knew I needed to rest. And that's just what you have to do if you're serious about a sport, and I get it, but it's just so against what is natural to me. But I'd just been kind of going full pelt, and I said to my friend who I spent solstice with, well, it's just going to be this way till August after the show, and then I can go inwards a bit more and actually honour myself a bit more. But yeah, it was a really introspective kind of realizing how much it was maybe harming me, but even at that time I wasn't at all thinking about quitting. It was just kind of, I accepted that it was going to be difficult, I was going to have to push myself really hard for another couple of months, and that would be that. And then it was the next day and I was kind of assimilating everything that had happened at solstice. It had been such a beautiful, introspective, wonderful, reflective day, and I was kind of absorbing it all and I hadn't thought too much about it, but I was just working at my desk on my boat, and then suddenly I just had this revelation. It just came to me, I don't need to do it anymore. And I realized that a whole lot of the reason that I was still doing it was because I was scared of quitting and scared of how I'd be perceived, because I know I've quit quite a lot of things before. I get loads of ideas, I get loads of things I want to do, I go full pelt at them, and then I do some of them, but yeah, a lot of things I drop out of just because I realise it's not the priority anymore and it's not the thing that I want to be doing. So yeah, I didn't want to earn a reputation as a quitter, and I feel like I probably have got a bit of a reputation as a quitter. I was supposed to run the length of Japan in 2019, and that was just after I'd been in the trauma clinic and decided it wasn't the right thing, and I was going to cycle London to Paris once and I never did that. And yeah, I have done lots of great things, but yeah, I do quit an awful lot, and I was ashamed of that, and I didn't want people to see me as a quitter. Then when I thought about it, yeah, what does it matter what other people think? And also I did realise with bodybuilding, most people think it's ridiculous that I'm doing it anyway. Most of my friends and family are like, so not you, why are you doing it? Why is it important to you? So then I watched a TED talk about quitting, and it was about kind of reflecting on what's serving you and what's no longer serving you. And I thought, yeah, bodybuilding isn't serving me anymore, and it has done so much for me going through the process. But I said from the beginning that it was more about the process and the discipline of training for something every day and going through the process of building up to the show. It was never about show day for me. It was never about getting up there in a bikini and flaunting my body, and that was just kind of what it was going to culminate in. But that wasn't my aim, that wasn't what I cared about most. And I felt like everything I'd wanted to get out of it, the discipline, the commitment to training, the commitment to nutrition, doing something day in, day out and working towards a big goal, I felt like I got what I needed out of it. I consistently for 6 months trained really hard. I missed maybe a couple of training sessions in the whole time when I was injured. Maybe 1 or 2 because I couldn't fit it in, or no, because then I would always do double the next day. So it was so consistent. And then nutrition wasn't 100%, but it was pretty good, and I was really proud of that. So yeah, I really kind of felt like I trained like an athlete, and that's what it was all about for me. And yeah, you could say I never made it to the show, so I didn't actually have the discipline it needed, but for me and what I wanted to get out of it, it felt complete. So yeah, then I made that decision that I was going to let go of it, and yeah, it was a difficult decision, but it was definitely the right one. And as soon as I made that decision to let go of it and not compete and not go to the show, I realized just how much it had been not a good thing, and that it had been harming me in a lot of ways. And I had just been kind of covering it up because I'd been going full pelt trying to get to the show and change my body composition and all of this. And I realized just how much it hadn't been a good thing and how much I'd pushed my body beyond where it should be pushed. And it was a really unhealthy mindset for me because I was getting smaller, I was losing body fat, and people were praising me and saying, oh, you look so good, you look so healthy. But actually I really wasn't healthy. I mean, I haven't had a period since December, and that's not good. That's a sign that I'm pushing my body too hard. But everyone was saying, oh, you're doing so well, you look so healthy. And it just goes to show health has nothing to do with size. And I've known this all the way through, but yeah, it really is reiterated. You get praised for something when you're actually harming yourself. And also over the course of this 6 months, I've developed really quite an unhealthy relationship with food and exercise. So I've always had quite a good relationship with food and exercise. Well, since I was a teenager. Not as a teenager, I struggled a bit then, but over the last 15 years or so, I've kind of seen food as something to be enjoyed and something to eat healthily, to eat not healthily, just to have balance. And then exercise is something to be enjoyed and move mindfully and all of this. And it hasn't been kind of earn and burn, or like yeah, I've eaten this, so I need to burn this off. And I think that's a really negative way of looking at things, but I realised that that is what I started to fall into. And now, since giving up, I've realised how bad that actually was, because I was kind of restricting a lot, and I wasn't under eating because I was on this plan and it was enough to eat. It wasn't like I was starving myself or anything, but it was just the restriction, the fact that I couldn't go over that, the kind of starting to obsess about things. Oh, I've eaten this, so I have to do all this extra exercise. It's just not a healthy way to be. It becomes obsessive, and it's not how I want to have a relationship with food. I want to have a healthy relationship with food. I want to keep eating well and exercising well and just enjoying it. And since stopping, I've realised, yeah, I'm not in a good place with food and exercise at the moment, and I'm gonna have to really work hard on healing that. And since deciding to quit, I've gotten even more in a cycle of restricting, then overeating, then restricting, then overeating. And it's really kind of a scary place to be. I don't feel completely in control of myself. And it's not something I ever saw happening to me. So, and also I have this kind of thing, yeah, I've decided not to compete, so it doesn't matter what I look like anymore. I never cared too much what I looked like before, but I've had all this praise for losing weight and getting leaner, and then it's like conditional love. It's like you get praise when you lose weight, but then what happens when you gain weight? Are you not worthy anymore? Are you not? It just, yeah, the whole thing makes me feel very uncomfortable, and it's not where I want to be. So the focus now, I do want to work on some other fitness goals in the future. I want to focus on more performance-based goals rather than aesthetic ones, which I always knew suited me better. But yeah, I want to work on some running goals, but I need some time first just to heal from the process I've been through with bodybuilding, and to just rebuild my relationship with food and exercise, enjoy it, have some rest as well, because I have been so busy and so full pelt the entire time I've been on prep, and I think I just need to take time to go inwards and focus on the other things I enjoy, and my friends and my girlfriend and my family, and just enjoy it and be present in my own life, because I'd just been in my head for so long and just going through the motions and making sure I was training and eating and training and eating, and I'm just trying to find myself again in a way and find my equilibrium. I'm glad I had the experience. I am glad for all the problems it's brought up. I feel very grateful to have had this experience and to have trained like an athlete, because that's what I wanted to do. And we'll see what happens next. I'm going to focus for the time being on healing my relationship with food and exercise, taking care of myself, listening to my nervous system, because I know I need to listen to my gut and my nervous system and those little voices telling me what's right to do for me. So that's where I am. I feel quite ashamed to say I've quit in a lot of ways, because quitting's so taboo in our go get it hustle culture, but it was the right thing for me. And bodybuilding wasn't serving me anymore, and it would have been ridiculous to carry on to the show, spend all the money on getting to Leeds and my tan and makeup and hair and getting my bikini adjusted and all the things I needed to do. There was just no need. So I've let it go, focusing on other priorities. This has been a bit of a ramble, so I'm gonna end it now and carry on with my walk. It's a lovely evening. Thank you for listening and watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.